Welcome back. If you just joined us, our guest on this episode of Question Time is the Defense Minister, Mansour Mohammed Dan Ali. Don't go away. We understand that the different military units have their different intelligence. How coordinated are these intelligence?
You are talking of just one unit, military. We have the Air Force, we have the Navy, all of them have their intelligence. We also share intelligence with other countries. Just yesterday, the French defense minister was here, and part of the negotiation we had is sharing of information. Americans are there, the Britons are there, all of them. So coordination, we have a center, military coordination center, where all these things are gathered, analyzed, and information gotten from all sides is being analyzed, processed, and turned into intelligence. So each individual service has his own military intelligence, but we still coordinate at high level.
Are you suggesting that we should continue to rely on foreign intelligence?
Of course we need to, because intelligence is not anything you can founder on or waste it. Even local, you can see what we are making out of the civilian JTF. They are not even sophisticated, but because they know the ground better than us. So they provide us better information than our own, because they are the son of the soil. They know nook and corners of all the areas that we are operating, and we've been using them efficiently.
How far has the deployment of military intelligence gone in ending the war against insurgency?
If you say military, every unit goes with intelligence unit. At every level of command, there is an intelligence officer. In the battalions, they have the battalion IO. In the brigade, they have brigade intelligence officer. And the deep, they have commanders of intelligence. And these ones are being gathered right from the grassroots up to the level of service. So these are how they are being coordinated and processed, and integral part of the information now is now analyzed and sent back to where it's supposed to be.
But in terms of impact, what exact impact has it made in assisting the Nigerian military in fighting the war against the Boko Haram?
Before, we lack information from the locals. The locals are hiding, or locals are conniving with some of these insurgents. But when we went deep, using the locals, bringing the locals close to us, we started bringing them. Before, the insurgents were hiding in different houses. They are being covered off by individuals. However, now with the use of the locals that we push forward through our own military side and military intelligence, we are making good use of it. We go on, you've seen us getting some catches underground, getting ammunition, getting some people that were taken away. A lot of things have been getting through that information that, the intelligence that we are talking about. If we don't have intelligence, how do we know that arms are being hidden underground, or arms captured, people are taken away, kidnapped, or taken into as refugees?
Few days ago, we understand that the Nigerian army was attacked, and it took about 4 hours for the military to overcome them. What does this say about Nigeria's intelligence?
There is a difference between ambush, patrol, and attack. You can never organize attack without a full complete. You need a lot of platforms. You have to carry people in groups, or in, before, where you have 40 hillocks or 30 or 20 organized to go and attack a place. Now it's not possible. What happened the other time was just an ambush. You had the GOC was ambushed, and he was trying to reach his troops when the ambush came into being. So there is no how you can eliminate ambushes and fighting patrols. There is difference between organized attack and ambush. That one you are talking is an ambush. They organize. One person, let me tell you, one person can organize an ambush or two.
Are you suggesting we don't have an intelligence strong enough to checkmate an ambush?
You cannot kill it 100%, but you can minimize it. And I'm telling you now, it has been minimized to the nearest mirror.
Now let's assess some of the military strategies. We understand that the Nigerian army is leading the war against Boko Haram, and also the decision to acquire its own air evasion fleet. How economically viable is this?
We are enlarging. We are recruiting more. So the army also want to have a section or just a company of part to make the aviation wing of the army. Not that because the Air Force is weak or what, they are not doing their best. It's just an integral part of the advancement of our armed forces.
Do you suggest this is the way to go?
Of course, if the time reach, we shall use that as a branch of the armies.
Would that be an indictment on the performance of the Air Force?
I didn't say it's not because the Air Force is not doing their job. No, I say it's an advancement. We need to enhance our ground forces too. And that is why it's a plan. It's not that it has taken up.
Wouldn't that be a duplication of role?
No, not at all. That is, it depends on the organization of battle. You can have within the land forces air aviation wing. In other armed forces of the world advanced, they do have. So it's not a new thing. And we used to have it before because a lot of pilots were trained by the armed forces, by the army before. It is only now that the whole thing went deteriorated.
10 years back, the Nigerian army had its own fleet. So what happens to these fleets?
Let me tell you, the last time that they bought platforms for armed forces is 1982, during Shagari's regime. So you can see how our system have been decayed. They only have one or two that when one is broken, they buy one to replace. But to buy platforms and weapons, pull this in, it was during Shagari's regime, 1983.
Over the years, what also happens to the defense budget?
Defense budget has not, if you gather the whole defense budget today, it cannot buy you the needed platforms we need in the armed forces. It has to go out of budget. Equipping the military, the budgetary system is to maintain and of course maybe replacement. But if you are buying, complete buying that which was supposed to be done last time by last administration, the money that was earmarked is supposed to be used for that purpose. But where is it today? It's in the hands and pockets of individuals. That money would have equipped and make our armed forces well equipped.
Could you give us an update on the recent allegations of misappropriation of those who held sway in the defense sector in the previous administration?
Have you not been reading the papers? They have finished with the Air Force, they are in the Army, they are going to Navy. That one is in the making, and recently you heard something about it. It's being handled by EFCC, and I don't have any knowledge or hand in it.
We understand that the military refunded some funds. Could you clear the air on this? Is it true?
I read it like you, because I'm not part of that committee. It may be true.
What is the role of the Defense Industrial Corporation in the procurement of military hardware? Do we bother to consider which country this hardware came from?
Okay, if you are bringing Defense Industrial Corporation, doesn't have direct link in procurement, but they produce also. Like I have just met with a company in China that were having we are having partnership with them in producing this 7.62 ammunition special. They help us with some of the raw materials to produce the rounds, and we are producing 2 million per quarter. Now we are thinking of upgrading it to 20 million, where we have more to give all our armed forces instead of buying from outside. that all the armed forces, and including the security services, we estimated that they used something getting to that. So it is our intention to partner with them to make more instead of just going to buy from different countries.
The lingering insurgency crisis has been traced to, a school of thought has traced this to the fall of the Gaddafi regime and the spread of arms after this uprising. What are you doing to curb the proliferation of small and light weapons?
Like I said, there is inter-ministerial committee whereby all the services and other intelligence organizations that deal with arms recovery and interests are being gathered together, coordinated to ransack, search. You have seen that if you have been following this trend, you will see that in Niger Delta, in the North Central, and other places, a catch of arms and ammunition is being traced every day. So we are on it. And I assure you, with the new support of the government's leadership, or the present leadership, all those things will soon be eradicated.
We understand that the National Institute of Policy, Formation and Strategic Studies was given concession to conduct a research on the proliferation of arms. Do they have this capacity, considering the fact that their major role is to conduct training of senior executives on policy making?
Let me tell you, even as Command and Staff College, we do research on proliferation of arms, and there are many books and researches that are being done by students. So NIPS is just an addition to what we've been doing. Even in our defense, National Defense College also they are doing. So it's not a new thing. We have been doing it, and I assure you, with the new researches, I'm sure we should get into such menace.
You may also join in this conversation by sending your comment on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time. In terms of capacity building, how far has the military gone in the training of Nigerian soldiers in counterinsurgency and terrorism? Find out from the Nigeria's Defense Minister, Mansour Dan Ali, after the break.